Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today, man. We got another body cam for y'all today. We got mom realizes police discovered her horrifying secret. Man, it's something about, like, these joints that... Because by the title, you just know a child is involved. And it's crazy how many, like, the stuff that's going on, like, just... I don't know. It's like every day I hear something going on with a child. Yeah. And it's, the most innocent people on this earth are children. Mm-hmm. They don't do nothing to nobody. And so many adults are doing, you know?
Yeah. It's sad.
It's getting out of hand, bro. Well, it's been out of hand.
It's been out of hand, yeah.
But it just keeps getting worse. Did you hear about today, the girl in Indiana? They did something, I think, to her 2-year-old. I seen her going around. I want to say out of Indiana. I want to say somebody in the woods or something. I ain't read the story in detail. But
I haven't seen it.
But hey, man, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like and a thumbs up.
But hey, man, let's dive into this one, man. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Wait, you need to go to medical? Do you want me to take you to medical? Oh, shit. No.
The footage you just saw was taken at the exact moment this woman realized that the police finally knew what happened to her missing 5-year-old daughter. Her life is about to change forever. The co-worker riding in the car with her had no way of knowing just how desperate Brianna had become, and what she did next would likely change his life as well.
No. Fuck.
The majority of the following footage has never been seen before. Police became involved in the situation after 27-year-old Brianna Shantae Williams made this 911 call around 7 a.m. on November 6, 2019.
What's going on?
I do not know where my daughter is.
Did she run away?
No.
Where was she last seen?
She was here with me.
What was she wearing?
A purple shirt and like pink pajamas, like a t-shirt. She was
the pants were pink.
Say again?
Okay, just stay on the line with me. Do you know where she could have gone?
No.
Have you checked?
Like she just came home. I just picked her up on Halloween night. She was with my mom in Alabama.
Okay, have you checked the house?
Yes.
Okay. Did she have a favorite hiding spot in the house? Like under the bed?
I checked on her there.
Okay, let's check again. Go to her bedroom. Let's check her closet. Nobody else in the house has seen her?
No, it's just me and her.
All right, are you in her room? Okay. Check under her bed again.
This entire interaction was odd, but thankfully, officers soon arrived on scene and were able to begin trying to piece together what exactly was going on.
You call, ma'am? All right. Okay, is this your address here? Okay, hey, tell us what happened.
I woke up this morning and started getting ready for work.
Cancel that.
She wasn't in her room.
Okay. Have you had any problems with anybody? Okay. Anything unusual? Okay. Do you live by yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The father of the child? He's not in her life?
Search your
house. Okay. I'm sorry, father of the child is not.
He's in Alabama.
He's here?
Alabama?
He's in Alabama. Okay, so any problems with anyone else as far as any custody dispute between you and him? No? Okay. All right. Has she done this before as far as anything like try to leave or get out or mess with locks or anything like that? Okay. Show Show me which door was locked real quick. Or unlocked. Was it the back door? Okay.
You recently moved in, or? Yes.
Okay. When did you move in?
Like, I started moving stuff. Well, I signed a lease back in June, but the place kept getting broken. So I didn't want to move here, but I was like, they can't put me in that risk.
Okay. When did you actually move in? In June? Or?
No, like a week ago, a few days ago.
Okay. Today's Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. Did you move in, let's say, over the weekend?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Actually, Brianna and Taylor had only moved in 3 days ago on November 3rd. Apparently, since June, Brianna had been paying rent on 2 properties, this house and an apartment across town. Police would get into the details of why she would want to do this later, because as you can see, she seemed more interested in her phone.
So you said she does not go to school?
She does not go to school.
And we last saw her at midnight?
When she put her to bed. Who normally takes care of her when you're not available?
Well, I'm not. She's with my mom.
Where's your mom at?
In Alabama.
Well, I'm just saying, because she's not in school, like daycare-wise. Where she go? Or...
Oh, she was with my mom. I just picked her up on Halloween.
So I wonder where she, like, because she keeps saying that Alabama. You in the Navy. Trying to understand where she might. Did he say where is that located?
I can't remember. I think they did, but I didn't.
Halloween was actually a week ago, so she didn't exactly just pick her up.
Grandma. What's dad's name?
Amari's Tate.
Officers managed to get Brianna off her phone long enough for her to share contact details for Taylor's grandmother and biological father. Both Taylor's grandmother and biological father would need to be followed up with, but right now, the focus was kept local. Law enforcement from all over the city started to arrive on Ivy Street as several of the first responders searched the house. While they didn't find any obvious evidence, they definitely noticed a few things out of place.
It's kind of odd with her.
She got that.
Right. There's more than one gun out. But the guns were out? Yes. The way you see them right now, there's guns that are out. Okay. It's a shotgun out, it's a pistol out, and then there's an empty holster on the kitchen area.
Taylor's bed, a pair of slippers, and an open box of crackers were found in one of the bedrooms. Her jacket and backpack were in the kitchen, next to a pack of unopened air fresheners. Besides this, though, there was nothing. No toys, no drawings, no family photos. The police likely had to wonder if this was just a reflection of the recent move, or possibly something more sinister. When looking closely at Taylor's bed, police noticed a reddish-brown substance on the side of the plastic headboard. A similar stain was found on the bedroom door. Fearing it could be blood, they did a quick field test called hemodent, which tests for the presence of mammal blood. The result was negative, but the officers would keep the stain in mind as the investigation continued. Investigators looked through every inch of the house, but didn't find the little girl. Besides being unlocked, the back door showed no signs of forced entry or other damage. Back outside with Brianna, the officers thought of another place to search.
Is this your vehicle? Okay. Can you open it up for me? Does she have a favorite toy or anything like that she normally takes with her? Mr. Bear?
Give a recent picture of it.
There were more signs of the little girl in the car than inside the house, including a pink unicorn in the back seat.
But also, like they did state, if they did just recently move in, that could be
Yeah.
So I wouldn't look at that as necessarily. Because if you have a kid, would you move your kid in first, or would you move you in first? Especially having a 5-year-old, would you want to move more of their stuff in, or you want to move more of your stuff in? Because what I mean by that is, you probably will move your stuff in because the kid can just sleep with you if need be. You get what I mean? But you would want her to have some toys there to occupy the time while you moving stuff. But no toys is a low-key red flag.
Yeah.
And for her to have her bed there with nothing.
With nothing else.
That's kind of a little sus.
Yeah. True.
Cause but it's also a little easy bed to kind of maneuver. Cause it's one of them little car type beds. You could just it's light. You can easy move. I don't know.
Seat. Something about the car, though, made the officer pause.
What you smell? Cleaning products?
For some reason, the officer felt the need to give the car a sniff test. When looking inside, police also found some cleaning products and a pair of women's sneakers covered in plant matter. They also might have noticed that while the body of the car was cluttered, the trunk was almost perfectly tidy. Unfortunately, the police wouldn't know the significance of this until a more in-depth search of the car was conducted.
That little stuff on them shoes, you only get that if you go deep. I used to get those like helping my dad back in the day, and I had to be deep off into some wooded areas. Normal grass that the average person be around, but when you go deeper into it, that's red flag. 2, the inside. The inside of the car is not as clean as the trunk.
Right.
Nobody cleans the trunk.
It's like you cleared the trunk out for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, that too. It being empty. Like that. 9 times out of 10, you had a lot of her stuff. You would have put that in the trunk. Not in the back seat. Most people junkiness of their car is the trunk. Now, if the car messy, the trunk is filthy. What do you think?
Yeah.
For now, it was as if Taylor had simply vanished into thin air.
All units be on the lookout for Taylor Rose Williams, Bravo Foxtrot, approximately 3 foot in height, 50 pounds. She was wearing a pink and purple t-shirt.
Determined to find Taylor, the police launched a neighborhood-wide search effort. Ivy Street, as well as multiple adjacent roads, were taped off. Canine units were deployed to track Taylor's scent, but were unsuccessful. Even a helicopter was used to canvass the area, with an equally frustrating lack of results. An Amber Alert was sent out, asking people to be on the lookout for Taylor. Unfortunately, the first attempt used the wrong name, claiming that the missing child was named Brianna. This was corrected in a subsequent alert.
This is a picture of the young lady.
Do you remember seeing a little girl here?
Never seen him.
Never seen.
I saw him the other day, but I never seen a kid. I've
Never saw a
seen
kid.
a little girl with them.
Huh.
All trash pickup was halted for the neighborhood. Any refuse that had already been removed was recovered from the trucks and spread out for police to comb through. This would eventually provide the most promising lead, but it was just going to take time and a strong stomach to find it. It would take quite a while for officers to find.
Shorty, you got us digging through fucking trash instead of just coming out with what the fuck you did. You know what I'm saying?
But we know no one's going to do that.
Don't have me going through everybody trash in the fucking neighborhood. That's filthy.
Yeah.
And anything of substance as they canvassed the neighborhood, though. So for the time being, the investigation proceeded in other directions, too. Brianna was brought in for an interview, and police hoped she could give them a better idea of how her 5-year-old daughter managed to apparently drop off the face of the earth. The following footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a former detective, licensed polygraph examiner and former hostage negotiation commander and instructor, and a certified crime scene investigator, certified instructor for the State of Florida Commission on Criminal Justice Standards, and a graduate in crime scene investigations for violent crimes. Almost immediately,
she trying to, boy, you see how she came in? And it hit her that you got a little sad bitch. Because she came in. Oh.
Too nonchalant like for me.
What you said? This is not of a grieving parent. Parents that have lost kids that are missing are hysterical. They have nothing to do with the child missing, but they want their kid back. They are you're restless. You can't sleep. You're not at peace, bro.
Almost immediately, it looks like she gets comfortable, as if she's ready for a nap. Her daughter has been missing for hours, yet she doesn't appear panicked. Frequently, when a child is missing, a lot of officers' efforts have to go towards calming a parent down. But clearly that wasn't the case here. This was just the beginning of Brianna's strange behavior. After almost 45 minutes, detectives arrived to speak with Brianna, disrupting her apparently peaceful slumber.
Hey, Brianna. We're back again. You all right? You need anything? Water? Anything? You okay? You need to go to the restroom or anything? You good? You sure? All right. I'm sorry we had to meet under these stressful circumstances. I'm gonna, also working with our missing persons unit, right? Well, based on the investigation, the age of your child, and everything going on, I'm also a detective, but I'm assigned to our cold case unit, which also I'm part of the CART team, which is the Child Abduction Response Team. So, and I don't want to stress you out on that. Listen to me. Look, I just want to explain what I do, all right, and what resources, okay? I mean, Missing Persons is doing an outstanding job. We can extend a little bit more than that, okay? And we have a little bit more specialty on that. So that's how I get involved, because we don't know what happened, okay? We don't know what's going on. We don't know after she left out of the house what happened to her. So this could be a criminal investigation. You understand what I'm saying, hon? Look at me. Listen to me, okay? We're doing everything we can. We got everybody out there looking for her. Okay, we've got everything going, but
She more sad about it. Y'all possibly looking in for a martyr, because she like, I hope this shit can't be traced back to me.
Want to make sure we cover everything.
As detectives continued to speak with Brianna, officers worked relentlessly and spoke with the residents in the vicinity.
Something going wrong?
She's missing. The little girl supposedly lives here is missing. Do you remember seeing a little girl here?
I've never seen her.
Never seen her. You're the second person that said that. So. And how long have they lived there, you said, you think? Just to estimate, a week, month?
I've seen her coming and going. I've never seen her physically, but I see the car here coming and going. Like this whole weekend that passed, nobody was here. That car was not here.
This whole
that car just got here at least like 2 days ago, if that.
Right.
Morning. Sorry to bother you. Hey, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen a 5-year-old wearing pink and purple, short fro?
Never seen her before.
No, I don't think I've seen her at all.
After these introductions, Brianna was read her Miranda rights, though she wasn't under arrest.
Okay, so Brianna, like I said, we were going to talk to a lot of people today, and let's just start from the very beginning. Okay?
So my alarm,
you got to speak a little bit louder so we can hear you.
My alarm went off at 5:30, and I got up like around maybe like a little before 6. And then I just went on here and started getting dressed, because it's just me and Taylor in the house. She gets up, even if we're not going anywhere, she's like, where we're going, like, okay. So I didn't even bother, mess with her, because I know eventually she's gonna get up and start getting dressed. And then I went over to the kitchen, and then I noticed that the back door was open. I'm like, we're not open, but it was unlocked. I'm like, why is the back door unlocked? And that's when I went to her room, and she wasn't in there.
As the officers continued their interviews, one of the residents had curious information to share.
He left out of here about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
And, right when they started putting up the tape and all.
That's the black male?
Yep. He's in his about 20s or 30s, maybe late. He's been living here by himself, and this place is a mess.
Black male 20-ish?
Probably about 28. But yeah, this place is a...
The officer ran a background check on this suspicious individual who lived near the house where Brianna and Taylor just moved. As this was happening, investigators continued to gather more information from Brianna.
It was almost 7 o'clock.
Okay. So then you went into her room and you saw that.
She wasn't in her bed. I looked under, well, she got like a little baby bed, so she can't really fit underneath it, but I looked underneath there anyway. I checked her closet. Then I went in my room and looked underneath my bed. I know she wanted to come in my room. Like she's, I don't know, like she's very
well mannered. Like she'll knock or ask to come in.
Okay.
And I checked in my bathroom. I checked my closet. She wasn't in there. So then I just started checking the cabinets, and she wasn't in there either. Like, okay, I'm gonna go outside, and I checked my car just to be be sure that I definitely didn't leave her in the freaking car. Okay. So I looked underneath the car. She wasn't there either.
Note that there's no real emotion in Brianna's voice as she talks about looking for her child.
Okay, and then what?
And then I called 911.
Okay.
I can't find her.
Okay. What time did you see her before then?
It was like around midnight.
Brianna said that Taylor put herself to bed around midnight. While this wasn't impossible, the late hour and Taylor's alleged independence likely struck investigators as unusual given her age. However, this was nothing compared to the strange turn Brianna's story took next.
Did you check on her prior to you going to sleep?
No.
Okay, so you assume that she was asleep? Okay. Did you hear any noise coming from her room or anything like that?
Not from her room, but there were like, I can't even explain it. Like there were like when you're dragging something or you moving something, but it was coming from upstairs. And either way, like I'll just grab my gun and, walk around to make sure, okay, there's nobody in here.
Coming from upstairs of the house that you're in?
And there are no stairs. That's the part that I didn't understand, but it definitely sounded like it was coming from the roof.
Okay. Did you wake up hearing this noise?
Yes. Like the little, whatever noise it was, it sounded like it changes. Like sometimes I can hear it like near where I sleep. Sometimes it's like back towards the kitchen area.
Okay. And it sounded like dragging noise?
Yes, it's like somebody's moving something or walking.
So you said you grabbed your gun. So you have a gun?
I grabbed my gun and then.
Did you check the house?
Yes, I walk around the open spaces that I know people can come in through, and I didn't see anything.
Did you go outside and check?
I didn't go.
Okay, so you just checked around the house?
Yeah.
Did you go in your daughter's room at that time and look in?
No.
Okay.
Brianna said that she didn't see.
But then if you would have grabbed your gun, because this happened while you were asleep, it woke you up, and you checked, I'm pretty sure you turned on lights to see, like, hey, is anyone in here? What's that noise? You would have seen that the back door was unlocked at that time. And
also, you tell me you checked every inch of the home. Except
but
for
not your daughter's room. That would have been the first thing. I'm making sure. Making sure my child is the first priority. It's just me and her. And especially with this being a new house, and you stated earlier something about some breaking, whatever she stated earlier.
Bingo.
My child gonna be sleeping with me anyway, just so I can get a good feel of the house, the neighborhood, make sure nothing is So, yeah.
See anything amiss when she searched the house, and that all the doors were still locked. Still, if she was alarmed enough to arm herself before walking through the house, it makes no sense that she wouldn't take a few seconds to check on her sleeping child. Some of the officers and residents shared a similar sentiment.
I hope they exhausted the parental angle. You know what I'm saying?
Knocking on every door we can.
What kind? Okay, now she was missing since midnight.
Yeah, purple PJs on. The back door was probably open.
What mother don't check on the child? My son and grandson stay with us, and my son is 36. As a habit, I go right past the room to make sure he's still breathing.
Right.
So, if you heard the noise, why did you say you didn't go into her room?
Because I had a gun. I didn't want to go up in there. Then she got bars on her window, so I just assumed like you can't get in there.
You said you don't like guns around her, but are they laid out like that? So she's
not normally. Like when she sleep, then yes, I pull them out because, like I said, like the place been broken into, so I sleep with my guns like right there.
Police left the matter alone for the time being and switched to a different topic. Once again, though, the conversation didn't go as they were likely expecting.
What do you think happened this morning?
I don't know.
Where do you think she's at?
I have no clue, because she wouldn't leave. And I don't even know, like, did they find Mr. Bear? Because she wouldn't go anywhere without that thing.
What?
This little pink teddy bear, she calls him Mr. Bear.
The Mr. Bear angle was potentially helpful, as it was something the searchers could keep a lookout for. By this point, police were likely realizing that something was seriously wrong. What that was exactly remained to be seen.
Where were you staying prior to this address?
The Southside address.
And how long did you live at the Southside address?
We were there for like a year and a half.
Okay. And why were you moving?
Because I wanted to move to a different area. Like, I always do this. I did this in Virginia. Like, I live in Norfolk, then like a year later I moved to Virginia Beach.
Okay.
It's out of habit. I just like to move.
So when was your lease up at the South Side address?
In May.
So your lease was up in May, but you were still living there?
Yes. It was up. It went to month to month because I was supposed to put in a notice. They wanted a 60-day notice, and I kept forgetting to put it in.
Brianna also said that as she was preparing to move to the house on Ivy Street, a large problem with the residents became evident.
But I was actually like trying to prepare to move out, and I went back like around the 4th of July.
To which?
Like to the Ivy place. And that's when I saw like the back door was open and like somebody had moved the refrigerator outside. So I called the property manager because I thought maybe, he was like renovating or something. He didn't tell me. But he was like, no. So he went ahead and changed the locks.
So for 6 months, you had 2 residents.
Yes.
What 3 days ago made you need to move urgently if you were there if you had both places for 6 months?
Right.
You think she possibly killed the baby in the other spot?
I do. Or
because Halloween had been a while. She said she went down for Halloween. She went and picked it back up.
Do you think she took her life in the other spot? Or do you think or do you think she took her life at the house they had and moved her body? Or she could have took her life at the other spot. That's why no one has ever seen a child with her. I don't know.
But so, with her being a 5-year-old, you telling me the father haven't been calling and checking on her every day? If that's me, I'm calling her. Hey,
if that's you. Every person ain't the same.
Hey, baby girl, how's school? Or she's not in school.
She's not in school.
Hey, baby girl, how's it? Hope you have a great day. Call like at least twice a day, like.
Or has he been calling or texting and she hasn't been answering or responding?
True.
Don't know about that. So
true.
Yeah.
That's where we only 20 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see.
That was the day that I actually was like able to find movers because that was the whole issue. I was like, I didn't know which company am I going to go for. I had been asking around. It was like, just ask people from work. It's like, no, I don't want to ask people.
But you found someone from Craigslist, right?
Yes.
Which you say you do everything from Craigslist. A lot of
majority,
things. So why hadn't you done that 6 months ago?
Never crossed my mind.
Police would come to find that many things concerning the investigation didn't seem to cross her mind. What they would find when they searched her other residence too would leave them shocked.
So on Sunday, you get a hold of movers.
Yes.
Okay.
Did they take everything?
Just the big things.
Why didn't you, if you were paying them, why didn't they take everything?
Right.
Oh, because it was last minute. I hadn't packed everything, like clothes and stuff. Most of the clothes and stuff are still there.
Okay. So what was the urgency? Why couldn't you wait to find a mover once you had everything packed up and ready to go so that you can move everything in one go round?
I didn't even think about that.
We're going to call the movers. We're going to call your mom, and we're going to verify some information. Okay. You know where this is going to lead to?
No.
Okay. So
she got attitude.
The movers, it was pretty abrupt. You needed to be out of that house that day, Sunday, according to the conversation that one of my partners had with the detective, with the movers. Mm-hmm. Okay. What was what was the urgency?
It wasn't urgent.
According to the movers, it was I had to be out today.
I didn't tell them that.
Okay. All right.
Nothing Brianna is saying is making sense, and it's hard to believe she would think the detective would believe her, but they don't confront her yet.
Anybody take care of the 5-year-old, of your daughter?
Here, no. Well, she was going to the CDC on base.
Okay.
So she kindergarten and the CDC.
When was the last time she was at CDC? I'm sorry if I'm asking you some questions.
Okay.
Because where was your child when the movers were moving? She wasn't in Alabama with your mom. See, and that's the thing with a lot of these people, they don't think of the questions all the way that people are gonna ask. Mm-hmm. So eventually shit gonna catch up that you haven't even came up with for an answer for. Because you can't come up with an answer for every last question. Because it's going to be a question out of the wazoo somebody going to bring up. Like even the movers thing.
Yeah.
If I asked the mover, when who
You didn't
moved?
think that they was going to reach out to the movers, verify conversations,
Did y'all see the
verify
kid?
like...
You already told them, I'm the only person here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even, like, nobody else keeps the kid. All right, so when the mover's moving, just say Saturday, where was your child?
Right.
But we don't want to push that just yet.
May?
Last there in May?
Yeah.
When police checked with the daycare on base, the administration office told them that Taylor had last been there on April 27th and was officially withdrawn shortly after. They also shared that Taylor had previously been in speech therapy. When police checked in with the therapist's office, they likely noticed a concerning pattern. Taylor had attended regularly for 13 weeks, but then never came back. After 2 no-show appointments, she was discharged from the system at the beginning of May.
And I understand she was in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, she was with my mom.
Okay. Your mom, who's your mom?
Carissa.
Carissa. And how long was she in Tuscaloosa? When did she go there?
That was off and on. She's been there pretty much all summer, actually.
So you went down there to pick her up and brought her back here for one day?
Over the weekend.
Because
it's only like 7-8 hour drive. Like, I used to drive from Virginia to Alabama over a weekend, and that's 17 hours.
Okay.
So
a 7 to 8 hour drive every weekend, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of driving, bro. No one wants to do that. Every weekend?
You bring her back on the 31st. How long was that visit?
That one was since the beginning of October.
So the full month she stayed in October with your mom, Carissa.
So your mom basically been raising your daughter for you. Just say that.
Dropping her down there October 1st, or the first part of October.
Yeah.
When was the last time she was there before then?
Like the first week of September, she was here.
Mm-hmm.
I think whenever the storm hit.
Would your mom be able to tell us what days when she last saw your daughter?
Yep.
So I think we have her number, right?
Yeah.
So if we call her, she's going to say that she saw her in the month of August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brianna had no way to know that the police had already spoken with her mother, and they would confront her with what Carissa told them soon enough.
Okay, so when she was here with you, during the weeks or weekends and you had to work, who was watching her?
Oh, no, like when she was here, like those days that I'm off. So no one is watching her besides me.
So since you've gotten back on the 31st, you have not been to work?
No,
Okay.
I'm still on leave.
You're
I'm
on
on leave
leave
until this morning.
How long have you been on leave?
So who was going to watch her this morning?
Right, because I guess she would have went to the CDC, but she hadn't been back. She'd been discharged from the CDC.
So
right. So who's gonna watch her? She not in school. What day?
You don't have a daycare for her to go to.
November 6th, 2019.
So where's your daughter? If
Right.
you've been on leave this whole time, and the day you have to go back to work,
she just come up missing. I gotta put it in quotations. Huh?
And the reason why you probably did it.
Let's just see.
It's been since October the 29th.
These motherfuckers pissing me off.
The 28th? I'm not sure.
You would take her to your mom every time?
Yes, or I just leave her there. That's why. I was like, I couldn't, the back and forth, and I didn't want anybody else watching her. Like, I don't know people here like that.
But you were going to take her to the lady you met on Craigslist today to watch her? Okay.
When searching Brianna's phone, police had come across communications between her and the woman she'd found on Craigslist to watch Taylor. When police followed up with the woman, she told them that Brianna had texted her this morning to say her services wouldn't be needed after all. This was only one of the many discrepancies police would find in Brianna's story.
You said your hours changed, so did you change positions or your job title or what?
No, just the hours.
What is the norm? What is it supposed to be?
Oh, I don't know the rotation.
You don't know your rotation at work?
Not the duty hour rotation.
So you don't know. You couldn't tell me right now when you were going to be on call next?
If I had my planner, I could, but not no. My planner or my phone, put them in there.
So
I think Friday would be the next time I had duty because I was on leave.
Standing duty was part of Brianna's job as enlisted Navy personnel. This tended to be a 12-hour shift, once or twice a week. The fact that Brianna didn't know her duty schedule, especially since she claimed she would have had to arrange childcare whenever she was scheduled, was odd. However, this paled in comparison to what police were about to reveal.
They called your mom. Mm-hmm. She hasn't seen your daughter since January.
Yeah, she has.
Okay, why would she say that?
October.
Why would she say that? This is Carissa.
Girl, I know you lying.
So your daughter been missing since April.
And then go say.
So what the fuck, the father?
And then go say, yes, she had. I think she would know if a child was with her from the 1st to the 31st. Like, be for real.
Because this is in November.
This is November. Yes.
And last time anybody really seen your daughter, was April.
Right, because they said,
I'm just
right, right, because they said that she was in the speech therapy and she pulled her from that.
The CDC,
the CDC and the speech therapy.
Yeah, and she never came back. So in May, they discharged her. Nobody has been seeing a little girl with this woman.
I know you lie. Let me see. That's April, May, June, July,
August, September, October. Now it's November going into the. So around 6 months, nobody has been seeing. Why haven't the father of the ain't no way.
Well, so 6, yeah, what, 6.5? About 6.5? 6
I'm gonna just say 6. I'm gonna just because I don't know what point or nothing.
We don't know the exact dates.
Yes, yeah. So I'm around the 6 to 6.5 months. That's.
I don't know. Let's see. I need to know. Yeah, I need more info.
Your mom.
That's my mom.
Why would she say that?
She would not say that.
In a subsequent interview, Carissa Williams repeated what she'd told investigators that day on the phone. The implications were spine-chilling. Please note that the police department made redactions to remove Taylor's name from the recording.
So you hadn't heard from her in 2 years and talked to her?
Prior up to that, yes.
So out of the blue, in 2 years, she called you in?
No, it didn't go quite like that.
Well, tell me how it went.
Yeah, I didn't bring it in my personal business.
It's hard to imagine anything more personal than a missing grandchild, but
right.
Carissa still seemed reluctant to go into detail about what she knew.
I want you to understand the severity of what you're doing. Okay? Yeah. And with me wanting you to understand the severity of what's going on is I don't care about anybody's personal life.
Right.
We are going to find and whatever happens, whatever gets in the way between us, we're going to deal with it. Mm-hmm. That's not a threat. That's a promise.
Okay.
Have you had any conversations with her about telling her commanding officer anything as far as you, if he calls you, that she was coming to get?
That's the part that I didn't hit. That she did. This was just last week.
Tell me about that.
Now, she did call whatever day that I want to say it was Halloween. I want to say it was actually the day of Halloween.
So last Thursday, 31st.
Yes. She told me that if he called to tell him that she was down to pick me up from me for Halloween. Mind you, I haven't seen it in 2 years.
So you haven't
she
seen
hasn't
your
seen that grandbaby in 2
since she was
freaking
3 years old.
In 2 years, she hasn't seen that baby. Because keep in mind, what's her name? Brianna, whatever. She said that, Brianna. She said that she was staying in Virginia before.
Mm-hmm. But she said she was.
But she was going back and forth home. I don't know how long ago she was. If Virginia was before this, Florida, whatever. But yeah, you was going back and forth, making that drive home. But who you was making the drive home to? For your mama to not have seen her grandchild in 2 years.
And she knows, and she said, Alabama she going back and forth to Alabama. But it ain't for her mama.
So I'm thinking like, well, okay, she just met this new guy. Maybe she, took a little time out to go meet him or whatever.
Oh.
And she just used that lie to get away. But I couldn't tell you. She said.
But connection of the daughter. But all right.
So I'm like, where is, matter of fact, I asked her that day. I said, well, what's when she said, oh, she in the back seat. So I'm like, okay, but she never did put the phone and say, hey, I never did say anything.
Police followed up with the man Carissa alleged Brianna had recently started seeing, particularly since Brianna hadn't mentioned him and in fact insisted that she didn't have a boyfriend. However, he didn't have much information to share. He was only vaguely aware that Brianna had a daughter and assumed that the little girl had been staying with her father when he and Brianna were together. When police checked with Taylor's father, Maurice, he hadn't seen the little girl lately either. All he could tell them was that the last time he did see her at the funeral for Brianna's grandmother, he didn't think she was being fed enough, as she was very small. He added that he had a difficult time checking up on Taylor after that, though, as Brianna changed her phone number frequently. Maurice provided investigators with a DNA sample and said he was willing to assist in any way that he could. Back with Brianna's mother, Carissa told police,
I see it as a father. I still don't understand how you don't.
It takes two.
It does take two. Hold on. It takes two, but if it doesn't, if it can't,
if you go ahead, get it out. So I can say what I'm about to say.
It does take two, but if two can't make it work, it's called the government. You get them involved.
Yeah, I would have definitely, I can't check up on my baby. I don't know nothing about her well-being. The last time I seen her, she looked a little malnourished. I'm going to be, making sure, she's seen about her well-being, something.
If you really care.
I don't care about you changing your number. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to pop up on you. I'm going to find where you stay. I'm going to find a way. Something.
I'm going to get the government
My child is, and he looked like he had on a military,
it was
that's that's a fake picture.
Yeah, don't
oh, my bad. I thought this was like a look. No. Okay, anyway. But still, I'm gonna be seeing if my baby is straight. Point blank. I understand she changed her. Does she have social media? Does she have something? Does she have
They can track her down.
Some.
And I want
I know it probably
I want some type of custody too. I want dual parental
joint custody. I know it'll be hard for you to pop up on her because she says she move a lot. If that's even true, don't know about that, but she does say she like to move after whatever. So she's not at a But
that's weird too. It's what you running from.
I don't know.
People
man.
who move a lot running from something.
That's strange. I'm not going years or however long it's been, months, because I don't know when the grandmother passed, but months without talking to my child.
Police that she'd previously watched Taylor for extended periods of time, but that ended when Brianna enrolled her in daycare on the naval base. The last time she'd seen the little girl in person was also at the funeral for Brianna's grandmother. Police.
Okay, so that was 2 years ago, because if she only...
You ain't been in communication with your... let's go, bro. This don't make no
weren't ready to believe Carissa just yet, however, due to some interesting evidence recovered from Brianna's phone.
I said it don't make no damn sense.
I can tell you it's pinging at a tower in the vicinity of this area that it's pinging off of. What's throwing us for a loop right now is if she's living in Jacksonville, why is her phone pinging in our town at all?
Despite this, Carissa swore that she hadn't seen Brianna or Taylor on Halloween. Police were still working on downloading the data from the GPS and Brianna.
Oh, okay. No, let me not jump to conclusions.
Just don't hit us with the and you gonna fill us in.
I'm do you think if her phone is pinging and do you think she drove to Alabama to dump the baby body?
Could have.
That's some sick. That girl. Don't piss me off.
For Taylor on Halloween. Police were still working on downloading the data from the GPS in Brianna's car to determine an exact route, so soon enough they would know for sure who was telling the truth. The search of Brianna's phone turned up something else concerning too. Police found a text message conversation in which Brianna had told a former co-worker in Virginia that Taylor had become a nightmare, as she was, according to her, stealing food and misbehaving. In Alabama, Carissa was so adamant of her innocence that she got Brianna's father, Wayne, on the phone to join the discussion and brainstorm what might be going on.
I don't understand why she would even lie and say that she was picked.
Well, why are you covering up for her? She didn't use you as their excuse several times, and you have went with. You should have told her, no, Brianna, I'm not saying that. If you're supposed to be on duty, go be on duty. You signed up for this shit.
And I'm definitely not about to lie about seeing my grandchild when I ain't seen her in 2 years. No.
The fuck?
Man, she lied on me. I never been in trouble a day in my life.
She is lying. She's trying to cover up something. Not sure what it is. She is lying.
You have no idea what she's trying to cover up, though.
I have no idea what she's trying to cover up. That's the one thing I don't know.
Someone was lying. But whether it was Brianna or Carissa was yet to be determined, as was the exact reason of why. Investigators would follow up on the Alabama lead, but as promised, also caught up with the movers Brianna had hired on Craigslist. They had nothing reassuring to say either.
They never saw your daughter.
Oh,
They never saw you put her in the car.
Bingo.
They never saw her at the other house. They never saw her. Why is that?
I didn't want them to see her.
Why not?
Oh,
Because I don't know them like that.
Well, I mean, you're not introducing me to her, but how did you leave her at the house on Southside and then go to Ivy without her? They never saw her.
Where was she at?
So where
They never
was she?
saw you put her in the car.
Just ask her, where was she at?
She did. Did she?
No,
Or by
she didn't.
accident?
So what happened?
Nothing happened.
Well, where was your daughter?
There we
She
go.
was with me. She's always
She
with
wasn't
me.
with you.
Yes, she was.
The two movers are saying that they never saw.
They
heard
only saw you, bitch.
water running, and you said that she was in there, but they never saw her.
If what the movers were saying was true, it seemed like Taylor hadn't been at either of Brianna's residences. Carissa said she hadn't seen the girl in 2 years, and the child care records on the Navy base showed that Taylor's attendance became spotty throughout the month of April, and she was officially withdrawn back in May, around 6 months before she was reported missing.
Also, if the child did look a little malnourished, isn't it on the daycare to report that type of information? If you suspect that a child might be going through, you contact CPS. CPS brings up, but I don't know if with it being military, should be a little different.
Well, keep in mind too, the dad said when he seen her, that I guess if Carissa's, what's her name? Carissa is telling the truth that the last time she seen her was January, which was the grandmother funeral as well. That would have been 2 years ago, right?
No,
Maybe
she said.
Cause her dad said that the last time that he seen his daughter was at the grandmother's funeral, which was, and then when Carissa said it, she said the last time I seen her was the funeral as well.
But also she said last time I seen her was in January. Then she said last time I seen her was 2 years ago. Is it January or 2 years ago? I'm a little confused on that part. I might be I don't know. That's what I was trying to say. I'm like, is it 2 years and that January?
Oh yeah. I don't know. Somebody. That's the thing. She did say two different things, yeah. But I wonder by then, like, were you feeding her more and they didn't think like, because you do have some. You know the difference. Oh, she just like a little slimmer or thin or whatever. Opposed to like, oh, this baby's not eating enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because one of the photos they did show of her, she didn't look malnourished. She just looked thin. And do you remember that one photo? You
ain't gotta go back.
I ain't going back. I'm just trying to see if it'll populate. But it was a full body photo of her. Mm-mm. And I was like, she didn't look malnourished. She looked more like thin. I ain't be able to find it. But it was a full body.
But you would notice a difference though.
Right here.
Yeah, you would notice because you would know what your child looked like. Like, oh, she was a little. Now she looking a little.
Yeah.
Like they, hopefully they would know because they around her. I don't know what she used to looking like, if that makes sense. But yeah.
A new horrifying question was quickly coming to the forefront of the investigation. When was the last time anyone besides Brianna had seen Taylor? Shockingly, the little girl's mother wasn't inclined to help answer this question.
I'm done with this. I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I am done because you're lying to me.
You're not done if your child is actively missing.
Right, you done.
You're gonna do whatever it takes to make sure.
I
don't even care if y'all think I am the person. I want my child back. Even if you trying to look at me as I am someone who did something, we gonna prove this wrong, and we gonna find my daughter, so that we gonna make sure y'all look like the fools for thinking I even did something. You know.
Me now, so
How am I lying to you? I'm not lying
you
to
just
you.
said that my mom said, I literally picked my mom, I mean, not my mom.
I'm just telling you what my partner said. And I'd like to explain to you, but,
I don't know where to get that from, because I literally went down there.
Do you want to talk to
Halloween night?
Do you want to talk to the detectives? I spoke with her and then get that.
Yeah, you went down there Halloween.
Find out what the information they gave.
I'm done with this, because I don't know where this is going, but no, no. Like, it's the second time this has happened. Like, some other lady was like saying stuff that I didn't even say, like she was twisting my words, like, no.
Brianna has no idea that her odd behavior was quickly becoming the least of the police's concern as they were searching her apartment at that very moment. Just like they'd done at Ivy Street, police canvassed the area and talked to Brianna's neighbors. Disturbingly, very few of them recalled ever seeing a little girl. One man who did, named Carlos Johnson, said he found Taylor roaming the apartment complex unaccompanied back on April 17th, 2019, looking for her mother. He took her home only to find her wandering the parking lot again a few days later. Carlos said that Taylor didn't appear frightened or distressed, like the situation was familiar to her. He also told police that—
Why does she lock her daughter out when she gets mad at her? She puts her out, locks her out. Parents, I have seen parents do that. And then they come back, but I don't know how she got out.
Probably hoping that she'll just go wander off and go, like, or something, or something happened to her, or whatever, or were you leaving her at home by herself? Like, I have so many questions.
She did not deserve a child, bro. A lot of these people just get pregnant. They ain't even in a mental capability to raise a child.
That he would see her waving at him from her window at times when Brianna's car was gone, suggesting to him that the little girl was alone. If police thought this was bad, then they must have been horrified when they entered the apartment itself. From the outside, Brianna's apartment was unassuming and looked just like any of the others in the complex. But as soon as the door was open, it was clear that something awful had happened inside. The entryway to the apartment was filled with trash, as was the kitchen. It was so cluttered with random items.
Oh, that's you. And you in the military? No.
Yeah, some ain't right, child.
No. I've been in a household with active military. They clean. They clean. Bed made tight. You know what I'm saying? They be like on some. I ain't gonna necessarily say OCD, but nah, this be, I don't know.
Items and refuse that it was nearly unusable. The living room was not in any better condition, having been taken over by a heaping mountain of trash and personal belongings. It seemed no effort had been made to separate the two categories. There were children's toys and clothing included in the mess, most stained with what appeared to be feces. One of the toys in particular probably stood out to police, thanks to Brianna's description. A pink stuffed animal was found in the mountain of refuse, possibly Mr. Bear, the toy Brianna said Taylor refused to go anywhere without. Police would face a heartbreaking reason why Mr. Bear was there as they searched more of the apartment. Bleach and urine remover, along with more air fresheners, were also found in the apartment. If police thought the living room and kitchen were in bad condition, they were in for a shock when they entered the master bedroom. Police had to move more trash and soiled belongings to even gain entry into the room. The carpet was encrusted with filth, which appeared to include more human waste. When they opened the closet, the situation changed from merely disgusting to horrific.
She be putting that girl in a...
She be locking her in the closet. That's the only thing.
She staged that house to make it look. She was trying to evacuate this house to make that
to draw attention away from the apartment, because that's where...
No, she really was trying to hurry up and move out so they can get the keys and go clean up whatever she had in that apartment.
That's
clean up the
girl,
evidence.
What made you think? What, you was just gonna leave all that junk in there for them to remove?
But they weren't gonna. It's too messy. They're not removing that.
You got literally.
She needed them to get all that out. She needed to turn in the keys. They were gonna send cleaning to come clean up. Basically,
to draw attention. So
no. I meant to clean up the evidence.
That's
all that
what I'm
feces,
saying. And then they would have never been able to even go back to even. That's what I'm saying. Like, if that's what a crime scene 9 times out of 10 happened at, they wouldn't have had one. So she was like, let me hurry up and get up out of here. Get like basically draw myself away from.
And then she tried to set up the house, the other house, to make it look like we've been staying here, but it was like she's not all right in the head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because shorty, anybody can look at this and be like, you ain't been here that long. And then the little girl bed don't look like she been laying in the bed anyway.
Facts.
It's a late day. I just want my baby home,
and that's what we're trying to do.
That's the whole thing. Because there's no way my mom would tell you she hadn't seen us since January. Like what?
And that's what I'm asking you. Okay. Do you want to continue to talk to us about what's going on?
I do not right now. No, like this is going too far. Like my grandma.
Okay, so you don't want to answer any questions as to the whereabouts of your daughter.
How long has she been going through whatever her
She said this has gone. She said this has gone too far. She said like my grandma.
Maybe the death of her grandma
took a toll on her mental.
Yes, people do go through things when. I got something right here. Look like something white right here. Sorry, but it's my bad. But
probably turning to look gray. But just for her to make that comment, it was just kind of like the placement was strange. Like for you to just throw that in there, like I don't know.
That's when her mental could have dropped off, and people do go through life changes where traumatic events happen. Maybe she was closer to her grandma than she was her mom. People fail to realize, like, you got to check on your people when people do pass. Like, you know, your grandma death still bothers your cousin tremendously. And she voiced it and let people know, like, I'm still bothered by my grandma passing. And so it, like, death affects everyone differently. Some people know how to, but some people, it takes a toll on them differently.
I don't know where she is.
And I'm trying to get the background. Yes or no?
I've told you everything that I know. Like, I don't know.
But you don't want to answer any more questions?
My mom is on her way here now. My mom is on her way here now.
Okay. Do you want to answer any?
If you want to talk to her when she gets here, you can talk to her when she gets here.
But you don't want to talk to us anymore?
I do not want to talk to her.
Okay.
I need to call my job.
Well, we'll take care of that for you. Do you need anything like a bathroom or water or anything like that?
Girl, you know you can get up and walk out, right? Because you're not under arrest. But you sitting there like that, you know, that also shows me sign of guilt.
To talk to legal. Because I was supposed to talk to them about the lease.
Okay. Do you need water? Do you need a bathroom or anything like that right now? If you need anything, knock on the door.
The detectives would revisit Brianna in a bit, but went to check in on other aspects of the investigation. By this time, it was no longer just the Jacksonville police involved in the search. They'd been joined by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department, the Alabama Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and even the Naval Criminal Investigation Service, or NCIS. Additionally, the neighborhood canvass around Ivy Street continued the whole time Brianna was at the police station. Just before 10:30 p.m., officers in the area ran into a surprise visitor.
What's your relation? My father. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. It's short, and the sergeant really, we don't have much to say right now. If you want, you can go down that way, towards the command post, and let them know your relation. But we don't have any information. Can't tell where she is.
Back at the police department, Brianna was still in the interrogation room. If she was worried about her daughter or even concerned about what police might find when searching her apartment, she did a fantastic job of hiding it. She was left waiting but found a few ways to help pass the time, including fixing her nails, redoing her hair, and going to sleep. 4 more hours went by, during which Brianna again attempted to get some sleep in the interrogation room.
Why am I still in here?
I'll get some answers for you. You're just gonna have to need your patience for now. We're all kind of.
I said that just clicked in your head. She said, "Why am I still in here?" You've been in here 4 hours on past. That's just now clicking in your head. Why?
Because technically, if I'm not under arrest, y'all can't hold me, bro. Y'all can't hold me. Just holding me.
Sitting around and working diligently. Well, not really sitting around doing nothing, but
because it's guilt.
I'll get some answers for you, okay?
My commandos?
Yes, I do believe so.
I've been here all day.
I know. Just be patient with us, please.
Unluckily, when a fresh set of detectives came in, it seemed 8 hours of timeout hadn't made Brianna any more cooperative.
Hey, I'm just Detective Deborah. A couple things we need to go over with you real quick. You're gonna be free to go. However,
also she actually asked for legal representation, so she said I need to speak to my legal. Is that legal representation?
I don't know, because she said something about the lease too. So I don't know. I don't know what was her reasoning for it.
Yeah, true. My only thing is, in cases like this, and other cases, particularly this, like we watching something earlier, when somebody do the case properly.
Yeah.
So if we are able to properly get the right evidence, things can hold up in court.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I do say things I say, but I'm like, hey, you're not being held against your will. They have to let you go. If not, that's violation of your civil rights. That can you know what I'm saying? Go against them in court. You ask for legal counsel, if they continue to keep questioning you, that's also against, you know what I'm saying? Your lawyer can be able to fight. And then from there, it makes the case weaker. I just always want things to be done by the books. So
that you can get the proper justice.
Yeah. If the person is guilty,
that the victim deserves.
Yeah. If the person is innocent, they should be treated as such, you know?
you're not gonna be able to go back to Ivy Street or Southside tonight, and we still have your phone. So who do you need to contact, or can we take you somewhere, or what do you what's the best option for you?
I can get a room, but my wallet is at Ivy.
Brianna never came up with any options of her own, so the police called her command, who sent a petty officer from the base to come pick her up. Notably, over a total of more than 11 hours spent at the police station, Brianna never once asked for an update on the search for her daughter. When Brianna's mother, Carissa, heard about her daughter's lack of cooperation, she was perplexed.
Why wouldn't she want to talk when her is missing?
You know her better than I do.
Because some of the things, I can't even say some of the things, a lot of the things just not adding up to me.
We can agree on that.
Investigators also asked Carissa some questions about Brianna's personality in general to see if it would help make sense of her odd behavior.
How is she? Is she like an emotional person?
Do she shut down if she feel like it's getting too much?
No, I'm just saying if something traumatic happened, is she one that's going to show emotions? Use an example. Your mama's funeral. How was she doing that?
Well, she didn't cry.
No, she didn't cry.
No.
Brianna was reportedly very close to her maternal grandmother, who had raised Brianna for a large portion of her childhood. The fact that Brianna did not express grief at the time of her death may have stood out to police as eerily similar to her.
Would they really stick out? Because I do know, speaking from people that I personally know, family members that have partaken in the military, they have filled me in on certain things. And I'm like, could that, because some people do say they go through a personality change once they go through training. Some people, not all people, some. Could that, training, and could that have possibly changed her way she responds to certain things?
Possibly. I mean, anything is possible. So I don't know how she was before she even went. So possibly, it's a possibility.
And without her crying, it shows an emotion she probably tries to, you know.
Express grief at the time of her death may have stood out to police as eerily similar to her behavior in the interrogation room. Investigators also learned that Brianna was known to visit her grandmother's gravesite in Alabama regularly. So regularly, in fact, that more than one friend suggested the police search that area for Taylor too. And that's exactly what they did. Over the next week, the search expanded from Jacksonville, Florida to the area surrounding Linden, Alabama. Before Carissa's interview concluded, Police had one last question for her, probably the hardest one yet.
If she did something by accident, would she tell you?
I'm not sure. That's why I wanted to talk to her.
The investigation continued on for the rest of the week. The mounting evidence police collected was far from reassuring. None of it, however, led them to Taylor. Growing desperate, police decided to try talking to Brianna a different way. Since Brianna's father, Wayne, had been cooperative so far, detectives asked them to make a controlled call to Brianna to see if he could learn anything. It didn't go well.
Yeah, I've been thinking, and I was wondering, is there anything you can do? Anything you remember? That anybody look wrong or anything? You know somebody that might have?
Everything I know.
They know everything with your phone?
I mean, even other than that, but they know everything I know.
Okay. What's in your phone? Sometimes, like, what would help us?
I don't have anything extra.
Like,
They literally have everything.
like what we need to find. So I'm saying, if you tell me that, I can call them. See what I'm saying? I still got to check the number down, check the K number. I can call him and tell him what to look for in your phone.
But how am I supposed to know what to look for on my phone?
Yeah, but I thought.
Man, I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Y'all keep calling me and asking me the same questions over and over again. Like, trust me.
Brianna's annoyance raises a host of red flags. What she did next, though.
They're trying to go to sleep. Shit, I'll be telling, bro.
My 5-year-old child, bro, is and you say it's missing. And you over here sleeping peacefully?
Yeah, I'm telling.
Ain't no way.
I'm telling you, if somebody goes missing,
ain't no way.
And you can go to sleep at night, and a child of your care is missing.
You irritated that somebody asking you about finding her. Can you give me any details of possibly what we can do to find her? Anything you may have missed.
You get irritated and catch an attitude. You're guilty. That's guilt. That's guilt.
Baby, you would have to literally force me in the bed, like just.
That's so crazy.
For me to be able to sleep, and my child's no.
This is literally a resemblance.
And I ain't even got kids.
This is literally a resemblance of, you know what I'm saying? A child goes missing. You think you can go to sleep at night?
No.
That child is no longer in your care.
No.
And you get mad and tell me, I'm trying to sleep. I'll deal with it later.
I just don't understand.
You will deal with it later.
I don't understand.
Bruh.
Stood out the most.
You said everything's in your phone, but what else can it do to find?
Look, I don't know.
Yeah, but shut up. I can't believe she hung
up. Police had better luck when they recruited two of Brianna's closest friends, Chelsea and Dorielle, to also try and make a controlled call.
How you doing?
See, y'all doing. I guess y'all harass her to come up. It's only with somebody like Brianna. It's pissing her off. You ain't gonna get the answers you keep digging for. And how's the friends even been seeing the little girl? Ain't nobody seen no red flags and shit. Wanted to report some shit. Like, that's being a friend. Say, Brianna, I had to make the call.
Like, how often do y'all talk on the phone? Like, do y'all FaceTime? Have you heard the little girl in the background?
Or
like,
y'all even in the same city?
Or you in the same city, but
or then when
probably
you come back
not.
to Alabama,
These friends,
do they see you and the little girl?
9 times out of 10, these friends are back in her hometown, possibly.
But she frequents Alabama a lot. So do y'all see
when she come back? Do y'all see her? Does she stop by?
She say Taylor always with the grandma. That's the excuse. And grandma always vouch for her. That's grandma. This case pissing me the fuck off, bro.
Okay. You just been resting today?
Yeah, I'm going to well. Go by the water.
Chief said anything to you today?
No. He called and asked if I needed something from the commissary, but that was it.
You ain't talked to your dad in today?
No. Yeah? No.
Did he go back?
Yeah.
Is your mama gonna come down?
I have no clue.
You're so quiet. You miss us already?
No.
You don't miss us?
That messed up, bro.
Just because you mad. I'm gonna put it down now.
Anything been on your mind today? You had anything on your mind today?
No.
With Taylor's disappearance so fresh in everyone's minds, there had to be a reason that the case wasn't weighing on Brianna. As was becoming typical, she didn't seem inclined to share what that reason was. She wanted to move on from
like, ain't no, like, coverage on Taylor no more. Like, everything that kind of, like, died down. Like, we, like, super kind of nervous that they just count them in the, like people didn't forgot. Like, basically, they just, like, they moving on in the world. And
what? They just gonna forget her?
We need you to say something because, like, that's the only thing I feel like that'll bring, like, some light back to her story. Some.
Well, we really just want to know just what's going on. We still, like, you know, we're going to be there for you. We want to be there, so we want to know what's going on for that closure.
I don't even know what's going on.
It ain't been, you ain't heard nothing?
No, like, nobody talks to me. Like, the only time I call for me is, like, oh, what y'all doing? I'm doing.
Why you?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure my chief is doing it to make sure I didn't off myself. Because he calls, like, very randomly. People coming knocking on the door, like, oh, you're not who I'm looking for. Bro, you know what room this is. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially you the CDO, too. Like, you're the, you know, the duty person.
Yeah.
I know why you here. Don't act like, you know, you just popped up here.
Time would soon reveal that the Navy command had been more on top of things than anyone could have imagined. Brianna's co-workers weren't the only ones who'd been attempting to check up on her.
Did your mama come down there? Because she had told us that, well, she had told your daddy that she was coming down there yesterday.
She been coming since Wednesday.
I was about to say she's been coming there since the day that it happened.
But, like, she just...
Like, I've given up on her. Like, I don't know what the hell going on with my mom.
I think you might need to ask her, like, why y'all's story is different. Like, why you saying that if she, you know, she really was here?
Mm.
What that's about? You need to ask her that.
Do you think I'm gonna get a true answer after all this?
I don't know, but you don't want to at least want to know why she's saying that?
Like, what is her reason?
I mean, I do, but do y'all really believe she's gonna tell the truth? She hasn't told the truth yet.
I don't know what her reasoning is for this, to keep the lie going for so long. Because,
I mean, it's too late now. She can't backtrack.
Chelsea and Doriel then asked Brianna about the possibility of there being evidence in the apartment she left when she moved to the house on Ivy Street.
Do you think it's something maybe in the old apartment that they'll find that'll help? Like,
no.
Figures?
Because if they did, they would have found her. Remember, they done closed out both of them. They've been closed out for, 3 days, 4 days, almost a week.
Police had, in fact, found shocking evidence in Brianna's apartment, specifically the bedroom closet. Brianna had to have guessed what they'd found, but still chose to remain silent on the matter.
So, Brianna, you hadn't thought about, like, her just being out there by herself? You know she's scared of everything. Like, that, you don't think about that?
Girl, I don't want to think about that right now.
Well, I've been thinking about it.
Okay, then don't think about that.
It's cold. That's kind of why I think I can't sleep knowing that it's, and you know how innocent she was. Like, she really cling to the people she know. I think that's why it's eating me up so much.
Hauntingly, Brianna's only response was silence.
if he think it's a good idea, would you be okay talking to detectives again?
Yes.
Yeah. The same ones, or you want some new ones?
Oh, hell no, not that lady.
Okay, bruh, that's what I was going to ask you, man.
I'm not talking to that lady.
Based on Brianna's lack of cooperation and some other concerning evidence that would be addressed soon, police decided to place her under round-the-clock surveillance. It didn't take long for this to pay off. Early on November 11th, just 5 days after Taylor went missing, Brianna was seen donating some of Taylor's belongings. This included stuffed animals, clothes, and even some unopened...
You don't do no shit like that.
Donate.
That's literally trying to move on from it. It's like,
are we?
And parents don't typically even do that when a child is unalive by somebody else.
Yeah.
They be,
and not no. And if so, not no 5 days later.
I done seen where parents keep the room the
same. However, if the bed was unmade, the bed is unmade.
Even if the child is kidnapped,
they'll
keep this room the exact same way. 10, 20 years, say we want to keep the bedroom the same way that she left it. So when she comes back to her thing.
That's
even
crazy.
the child's deceased, they keep the room the same way
Yep.
Most of the time, who's the parent that's in there the most?
With the mom.
They don't get rid of shit.
Or both, just depending on who. Because sometimes the child, who they was, closest to or cling to more, had the strong relationship with.
Or both.
So it just depends. But yeah, regardless of that.
And you don't get rid of her belongings because that's the sense of the closeness you have to her. And they hold that stuff cherished and deep. It has to still has the child's scent on it. It's one, especially like her favorite stuffed animals. That's what you would keep close. You would have been like, "Can I get her stuffed animal? Mm-hmm. If I can't go back there, can I get her stuffed animal?"
Yeah.
You're not even asking anything, man. Fuck her, bro.
Opened packages of toys. Around the same time, the efforts of all the officers digging through countless heaps of trash finally paid off. They stumbled upon a box addressed to Brianna, along with certificates from the Navy with her name on them. This wasn't what they were most interested in, however. Also in the trash were several notes from the daycare center on the Navy base, requesting a change of clothes and a toothbrush for Taylor. In the trash, police also found several art projects, which police assumed had been made by Taylor. One of the projects was a handmade card from Taylor to her mother. Why Brianna didn't want these items, especially when her daughter was missing, was a mystery. There was also still the issue of what was discovered in the closet in Brianna's apartment. To say it was disturbing would be a massive understatement. One of the first things investigators noticed was a foul odor emanating from the space. It was impossible to say if this was a result of more feces found inside or the mysterious stains covering the walls and carpets. It seems a minor effort had been made to control the smell by sprinkling baking soda on the rug. Police took multiple DNA swabs from the inside of the closet, collecting samples from the walls, floors, and each stain. It would take time to receive DNA results, so they also conducted a field test to determine if any of the stains were human blood. Dismayingly, while the swabs didn't immediately indicate blood, many of the stains on the walls reacted when sprayed with luminol. Fearing the worst, police opted to have a cadaver dog brought to the apartment. However, the smell of feces and trash was so overwhelming that the dog was unable to effectively alert. Police resorted to ripping out the carpet from the closet and taking it outside.
That's not feces. Feces ain't seeping that deep.
In the fresh air, the dog was much more effective and alerted on the carpet right away, indicating that at least some of the stains came from human remains. This wasn't the only area that got a response. When cadaver dogs were brought to Brianna's car, they alerted in no less than 3 areas: the driver's seat, the rear seats, and trunk. When police took a closer look at the trunk of the car, they noticed that there was an unknown whitish residue on the interior. They also found a broken fingernail and an air freshener jammed into the trunk lid, which likely came from the package found in the Ivy Street house. The vehicle had a pervasive scent of cleaning chemicals. Despite the car wash, they also located some reddish dirt on the underside of the vehicle that matched the soil on the dirt road in Alabama. There was now no way to deny it. This was no longer a missing persons case, but rather an investigation into a death. Brianna's mother had feared this outcome all along.
I want your honest opinion on what you think is wrong.
Okay. To be honest, I think she died, flipped the switch.
What would only make her flip the switch?
Does she have a temper problem?
I never witnessed it.
Are you aware of it, though, whether you witnessed it or not? You aware of it? Of her having a temper problem, even though you're saying you haven't witnessed it?
She don't seem too all there either.
What make you think she flipped the switch?
So I would say just speaking with her dad. He just told me. He just said, she get angry at like the simple things. He just asked her to tell his girlfriend thank you, and she got so mad that she just blocked him on all social media and completely stopped talking to him.
Police plan to place Brianna under arrest on November 12th, following a final gruesome discovery. The charges she faced at this time were child neglect and providing false information to law enforcement officials. Her chief was sent to pick her up on base and bring her to the police station for booking. However, no matter what he may have expected, what happens next is so shocking, it must have shaken him to the core.
I hate watching bad news, stuff like that on the news, and I hate going back and forth with it, where everything's going on. But now they're saying that you're a person of interest now.
Why would you tell
I mean, oh, shit. Open the door. Oh shit, you alright? Should I have some napkins or something? You okay?
Did she really vomit or she put something in her mouth? Because I ain't hear no. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. He muted. Or did she take something before she left?
Could have took some before she came out.
Antifreeze.
I don't know why they were saying that. Let's take a sip.
Are we sitting or are we driving? I can't tell.
She was worried. She was worried because she knew whatever she did is gonna eventually kick in.
Yeah.
She didn't have a worry of going to jail. She had a worry of like, all right, this is it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was quickly becoming obvious that something was wrong with Brianna, but the chief could not have possibly predicted how dire the situation was about to become.
I don't know why. I don't know why exactly they would say something like that.
Gotta be driving.
You need to go back to your room and lay down and everything. Say it. Hey, you gotta say something. Say something. You need to go to medical. Williams, are you okay?
Come on, bro. You should have already kicked in your head. You need to go to
Right.
medical. And we on base.
You need to go to medical. You want me to take you to medical?
Just taking a medical.
There was only so long the chief could wait for a coherent answer before he decided he needed to take action, and it wasn't a moment too soon, because what was coming would likely stay with him for the rest of his career, if not his life.
Sorry. Take it to the ER. All right. Oh, shit. No. Williams, talk. Talk to me, Williams, talk to me.
Just minutes later, as the pair were en route to the hospital, the worst happened.
Faint pulse. Oh, no. Oh my God. Run it. Oh. You're not gonna go. No. Fuck. Come on. You ain't going on me like that. Come on. Shot.
The chief arrived at the Navy base emergency room just moments after Brianna's massive seizure, and she was still deemed to be in critical condition. There was only so much the doctors could do without knowing what was wrong with her. Brianna slipped into a coma and was placed on life support. Her condition was determined to be unstable. While Brianna's fate was up in the air, elsewhere other questions pertaining to the investigation were finally being answered. Police finished downloading the GPS data from Brianna's car. It confirmed what they suspected based on her phone records, showing that she had made 3 back-and-forth trips to the Linden, Alabama area between October 31st and the very early hours of November 3rd. Police retrieved video of Brianna getting gas along the route she took, though it was impossible to tell if Taylor was in the car with her due to the vehicle's tinted windows. They also found evidence that Brianna had stopped at a car wash on November 4th. Security footage from the business didn't show anyone else in the car with her. Most significantly, the GPS proved that Brianna's mother, Carissa, had been telling the truth. The GPS showed that while Brianna had gotten close to her mother's residence, she had not driven there. It also showed that on her final trip to Alabama, she'd spent almost 20 minutes on an out-of-the-way dirt road and wasn't far from the cemetery where Brianna's grandmother was buried. Obviously, police wanted to know why and assembled a search team consisting of police, medical professionals, and dogs to go and search just outside Linden, Alabama for themselves. The area was divided into quadrants to be excavated and sifted through. While a cadaver dog searched the area, it didn't take long for the investigators to uncover some tragic results. Partially buried in a shallow grave, police found a trash bag wrapped in a shower curtain containing a children's t-shirt covered in decomposition stains. But it was about to get worse. Just yards away, the first bones and bone fragments were found. Most of the skull was found a short distance away, along with a clump of human hair that might have been Taylor's. The remains had been scattered and seriously damaged by animal activity. As a result, police were only able to recover a small portion of what they suspected to be Taylor's body. However, they would have to wait on DNA testing to prove it, since the remains were almost completely skeletal. Police were pretty sure about how the body came to be in Alabama, but the only person who could confirm their theory was Brianna, and she remained in critical condition. A search of Brianna's quarters on the Navy base led investigators to believe that Brianna had ingested laundry detergent. Once they knew what they were treating her for, doctors were able to more effectively intervene and saved Brianna's life. Once she was discharged from the hospital, she was brought back to the police station and given one more chance to tell her side of the story.
I knew she had ingested something, but I was like, I said antifreeze, but I was like, well, she wasn't being able to get a hold to antifreeze. So what was the next best thing that she could get direct handle to? Was the laundry detergent. She was trying to take herself out.
It's time to see it for it right here.
Do you drink coffee or anything? You want coffee? Soda, water? Nothing? Okay.
Just like before, Brianna quickly made herself as comfortable as possible and appeared to try to go to sleep. This time, though, she only had to wait about 20 minutes before detectives came in to talk with her.
Brianna? Good morning. I need to sit up and I'm going to go over some paperwork again, okay? Then I'm going to go over the rest of your rights with you, okay? And I want you to just acknowledge that you understand. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. You understand that? I'm going to need a yes or no, okay? Is that a yes? Okay.
The detectives advised Brianna of the rest of her rights once again.
Hey, Brianna, did the nurse assist you with your throat issue that you were telling me about at the hospital?
A little bit. Does it feel better today? Not complete. Are you normally just quiet all the time, just real low key, don't do a lot of talking? I am too. I'm kind of shy. Can you tell? First, we need to have a good conversation. So I'm gonna need you to sit up from that thing over there and stop leaning on that wall and talk to me, okay? Look at me when I'm talking. We've had an investigation.
Also, I wonder if she's like ever gonna be the same. She wasn't ever like never like fully there in the first place, but I wonder like could this have long-term effects on her?
What, with her taking the laundry detergent?
And it did affect her brain to a degree for her to have a seizure. And she did slip into a coma.
Going on for a while. Our investigation has led us to some things in Alabama. Okay? And what we need to do today with you is we need to talk about what's going on out there. Now, where in Alabama are you from? Are you from Alabama? Is that a yes? You got to say yes or no to me, okay? I can't have head dialogues and we can't have misunderstanding. Are you from Alabama?
I don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk? Okay. You're tired? You don't want to talk? So you don't want to talk to the police at all? Okay.
With that anticlimactic end to the interview, Brianna followed her pattern of behavior throughout the case and went back to sleep. Ultimately, police didn't need Brianna's cooperation in order to answer their remaining questions. 4 days after this failed attempt to speak with Brianna, on November 25th, DNA testing proved the remains found in the Alabama woods belonged to Taylor. As a result, Brianna was now facing charges of murder. Due to the poor condition of the remains and the fact that the searchers were only able to recover about 10% of Taylor's skeleton, it was impossible to determine a cause of death. However, analysis of her tooth enamel and skull showed evidence of serious malnutrition. They also couldn't provide an exact time of death and were only able to say that the little girl had passed anywhere from several weeks to several months ago, between May and November 2019. Given that the rate of decomposition is dependent on the size of the human and environmental factors, decomposition can start as early as 24 hours after death or as late as 72 hours after death. In conditions where the body isn't exposed to the sun and is in a climate-controlled environment, it would take at least 4 weeks for the body to begin to skeletonize. In this particular case, Taylor was a small, malnourished child and covered with a plastic shower curtain. This would slow down the rate of decomposition by locking in moisture and protecting the remains from bugs and direct sunlight. The issue of knowing the rate of decomposition in this case is the variable of animal activity, which could expose the remains to the elements at different rates. If her remains had no indication of animal activity, were wrapped in plastic and placed in the shallow grave shortly after time of death, it could take over 30 days to begin to see skeletonization. It's a very real possibility that the little girl starved to death, locked in a closet by her mother and left to waste away in filth. The reason for the stains on the closet walls would remain a mystery, though, without a determined cause of death. In September 2022, Brianna pled guilty to second-degree murder. Though her attorney repeatedly requested she face a reduced sentence due to her exemplary military record, she was sentenced to life in prison. Though her incarceration will do nothing to bring her daughter back, at least justice for the innocent little girl was served.
She done pissed me off.
I already know you pissed off.
Wow. I think I'm mad at everybody. I'm just mad at everybody. Definitely mad at Brianna. I'm mad at people that didn't think to, hey, I haven't seen her, haven't talked to her, haven't heard her in the background, haven't talked to her on the phone, like nothing. From everybody. Dad. Mom, dad, the granddaddy, friend, everybody. And I get it, like, you know, people, can't blame, whatever. It's just the fact that you already said you had like
too many
signs. Like a little red flag at the funeral, that she looked, a little malnourished or whatever. That wasn't like, hey, I need to make sure my child's straight. You feeding her, she good. You ain't talked to her. She keep changing her number. I'm gonna find a way to get in contact with her. You feel me? Like, that's your child. The mom, I haven't seen her in 2 years, or I haven't seen her since January. Still don't know really, because I was a little confused on actually when you seen her.
That
so, but regardless of the fact, you haven't seen her for months, or at least a year, at least 6 months, I'd say. Haven't talked to her. The dad, you was quick to be able to come, during this time when they was searching for
Brianna
her.
dad.
Have you come how long has it been since,
you seen your granddaughter?
And since you've seen her, and have you visited before? Yeah. Since, what, April, May, whatever? I don't know. I just got so many questions. I'm just irritated.
Also, I'm still Taylor dad.
Right. I'm just, what?
Like, that whole part in itself is, like, don't make no freaking sense.
The fact that somebody can go even a week without talking to your child.
Because Taylor had been deceased for a long time.
For a while. You tell them you haven't talked to her and
maybe when she went to Alabama around Halloween, she went and visited her. She was going, no, because the dirt was fresh. She just went and buried her. So the daughter had been dead in the house.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that she had been deceased in that closet. Well, did you go there? Did you make a trip down there? Did you go see your grandma? And then you also decided, hey, did you dig the grave before you even took her body? And then you came back and placed her body? I just have questions because they said that the GPS put you at the site about 20 minutes or so.
That's not long enough time to.
I don't know. At that time, I don't know. I'm just trying to piece things together.
Well, it was a shallow grave.
It was a shallow grave, so
it don't take
took
no
that
time
long.
to do. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But she also had dirt and stuff in the trunk too, and a shovel. So she had to get rid of that dirt and clean that up too.
That's crazy, bro. But yeah, okay.
Hey man. Y'all spam us up in the comments.
Rest in peace to that baby.
Yeah, she didn't deserve none of that.
Yeah, that's insane.
And all I say is, she gave every sign.
And I promise, if it's getting to be a problem for you to take care of your kids, or you feel like you're not there, or whatever, call somebody to get these kids out this house. Like, before taking a life. That's what I'm saying. Like, you had other options. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to take her life. You didn't have to do that. But, nice. Okay.
Hey, man. Y'all spam us up in the comments, man. Let us know y'all thoughts for us about it in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go over the name DJ New Kid and C.
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Peace.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear